All right. This is good to go, yeah?
Good to go.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Daiji. Some people call me Chef Daiji. And this is actually the podcast series that I decided to launch interviewing chefs. So this is going to be all about chefs. We all, me including myself, chefs have a really crazy lives. Whether you're successful or you beat up, you're always gonna have a lot of struggles. And I have the perfect guest today to have on my show, Taku from Outdoor Chef Life.
Hello. What's up, everybody? I'm Taku, and yeah, I'm a former sushi chef. I used to work in San Francisco, a couple different restaurants, but now I just run a YouTube channel. So I'm no longer in the hustle and bustle of chef life, but yeah, we still do a lot of it, a lot of cooking here, and yeah, it's a good time.
Taku, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Yeah, thanks for making the trip all the way up here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long drive, but it's worth it, dude.
It's been we've done mushroom foraging yesterday, and we've cooked, and we just had a dinner, and we're just chilling. So This is a good time to have a conversation.
You said something right there when you started your intro.
Right.
At this point, Daiji doesn't know the title, the name of this podcast series yet, but he just said, "Oh, it's gonna be all about chefs." I think that's a good name, all about chefs.
All about chefs. Oh, that's a good name right there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Or Chef Talks.
Chef Talks.
I think I like that too.
Yeah.
But if it's all about chefs.
All about chefs is a good name.
That's a good name. If that's not taken, maybe that's a maybe you
might
look
be.
into that
Might
one.
be.
Think about that one.
Yeah. I was thinking about Chef Life.
Yeah.
Like Chef Life is like one of the hashtags I've been always tagging myself like when I started cooking.
Right.
And
but there's gonna be a lot a lot of like hashtags. Chef Life,
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of a sort of like taken. I know for sure the trademark's already taken because I'm trying to trademark Outdoor Chef Life, and that's like the hard part. Oh, because somebody has Chef Life.
Yeah.
It's hard to trademark Outdoor Chef Life.
Is it trademarked already?
Mine, no. I'm
Life?
actually in the process right now still.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, been doing it for years, but hopefully it'll get processed soon. But I know for sure Chef Life is trademarked. Yeah.
I think so.
So if you want to do a trademarkable name, stay away from Chef Life. Yeah.
Okay.
Do something else would be good.
So you already found some of the names like Chef Life. It's already taken?
Yeah, it's already taken.
Okay.
100%.
It's a pretty simple name.
It is a simple name, but it's a popular one.
Right.
It's just a popular saying, right?
Yeah.
A phrase.
I mean, Outdoor Chef Life is like the name Outdoor Chef Life is really great name.
Yeah,
It's really catchy, easy to remember. It's overall good for like a business, and which I want to actually deep dive into it. About it today. But yeah, I have some basic question I wanna kind of kickstart this podcast. But how would you introduce yourself to like someone you don't know when you first meet someone?
I'm Taku.
Yeah, Taku. That's kind of how you start your podcast, right?
Yeah, all my videos too. Yeah, yeah. I'm Taku. Welcome back to Outdoor Chef Life. That's my intro. But yeah, I mean, what you like telling them about myself? I just tell. Nowadays, I just say I'm a YouTuber.
Right.
That's what I am. I make YouTube videos for a living.
Yeah.
And and then if we get into it, I was a sushi chef.
Right.
In San Francisco, I used to, be behind the counters making sushi.
Would you because in Japanese cuisine, there are many styles of cuisine, right? We have sushi, we have kaiseki, or we have tempura, we have noodles.
Yeah.
Would you describe yourself as sushi chef?
Yeah, for sure.
If you had to pick one?
Yeah, because I never professionally did anything else besides sushi. I only did sushi. I never worked in like ramen or making gyoza or anything, any of the other Japanese cuisines. I know how to make them all, but I never did it professionally.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the only thing I did was make sushi professionally. Yeah.
So when did you officially start cooking professionally?
2015,
2015.
something like that.
It's
Yeah.
about 10 years ago?
Yeah,
Almost
10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Wow, you're pretty good at this. Like I didn't know when Taku started cooking because I've been cooking for 13 years. 10 years and you've been doing YouTube already 5 years. Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, YouTube since 2018. So now it's already 2025. Crazy.
Right.
That's 7 years. It's going to be 7 years
So
this
you've
year.
been YouTuber more than you've been like 9 to 5 chef?
Oh, like active professional
Right.
chef. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, now, yeah.
So
Because like, yeah, professionally, I think like actively was only like 4 or 5 years.
right.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of hints here in what he has done and how he got here, because that's really impressive. Like, you know, just having I mean, he might be just really crazy talented, which I think so, but to have that much of success in short period of time is really, really impressive. So you're originally from Japan, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which part of Japan are you from?
Osaka.
Osaka. My dad is from also from Osaka.
I was born in Osaka, like in the outskirts in one of the towns. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's called Amami.
Amami.
Mm.
Okay, so you didn't cook in Japan, but you only started cooking in the States?
Yeah, because I only lived in Japan till I was 9.
Okay.
So I was just a kid, and then moved to the States and then grew up in the suburbs. And then when I went off to college, that's when I started cooking a lot just at home.
Right.
At home, I was just making all kinds of different stuff, making just whatever I can think of, really.
Yeah.
But without any kind of professional experience.
Do you remember one of the first things that you cooked and you really liked?
When I used to make like ramen when I was in college, I looked back at some of the photos on Instagram that I posted like those times. And then at those times thinking like, oh, how badass I was making ramen. I was like, oh, look at this ramen. It's just like instant ramen, but then you just put a little bit of toppings,
is it the packaged ramen or is it real ramen?
No, it's not even fresh ramen or anything, but you just do the boiled egg and then put some other toppings on it, and then it looks at the time to me, it looked great, looked badass, and I look back at it now, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah,
right.
And that's where everyone starts, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. Okay, so you started cooking after you came to the States, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been a sushi chef since then? Basically.
After college, yeah.
After college?
Yeah.
Just
after college.
Do you want to walk us through like what you've done since you came here when you were 9?
Yeah, since I was 9. Yeah, I mean, grew up in the suburbs pretty much, Simi Valley.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I grew up. I kind of have some family members there. My grandma's sister lived there, her and her family. So we moved with them. So we moved in with some family basically, or we had our own place, but we would go to their place a lot. And then, I just grew up and they're all American. So they grew up in like a American household with them.
Mm-hmm.
So we assimilated pretty quick to the culture,
Yeah.
There's a big difference, moving from Japan to the U.S.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that because I feel like the more I know you, the more I realize that you're more American than Japanese, although you came here at the age 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. There's definitely still some things that are more like Japanese ways, but yeah, I would say just the way I carry myself, the way I do things. It's mostly more American. Yeah,
Your demeanor.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I meet Japanese people, sometimes they're like, "Oh, you're Japanese."
Right. Okay. That's cool. So you've been cooking, and then San Francisco, right? Is that where you started?
Yeah, SF State.
Mm-hmm.
I went to San Francisco State for college, and then I studied kinesiology. And right at the end of my college career, I was finishing up. I had my 1 month left, and during that time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go become a sushi chef because that's just at the time I was like, oh, why not? You know, I'm about to finish college, just to go try something new,
Yeah.
try something different.
Do
And I
you,
just want
do you
to
remember
do-
why you were drawn to being a sushi chef originally?
Yeah, mostly like the knife work. I think like the
Yeah.
knife skills.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drew me into wanting to become a sushi chef.
The craft.
The skill aspect
Mm-hmm.
and the precision. You know, it does take more skill to be a sushi chef than most other
Right.
type of chefs. You know,
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion,
Right.
it's one of the most, you need the most skill. I think.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
like, yeah, you can go, you know, as a sushi chef, you can go and cook Italian food, you know, Italian kitchen. You're gonna be able to carry yourself. You know, you might have to learn some things here and there, but
Right.
say vice versa, if you go from if you're just making Italian food all the time, trying to
Yeah.
go make sushi, you're not gonna get even close to being ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just the skill set alone is so much more heavily required to be a sushi chef.
Right.
I think that's what drew me. I think it was more challenging, also just to get back to my roots as well. You know, just being Japanese in general and knowing some of the ingredients already. I think that kind of gave me an advantage.
That's a big
you know,
advantage.
especially in
Yeah.
the U.S. You know, where a lot of sushi chefs are not
Right.
Japanese. Yeah.
Right. And especially, I feel like in San Francisco Bay Area, there's always shortage of sushi chefs.
Oh yeah.
So in terms of like a supply and demand in
Yeah.
the job market,
Yeah.
if you're a sushi chef, like you will never
Yeah.
be jobless.
Yeah, I never
know?
really knew anything about that when I first started. You want to know the story of how I got the job even?
Yeah.
I first started by going to restaurants, just like local restaurants, just giving them my resume, telling them like straight up,
school.
like, yeah, I was just like telling them, oh, I want to become a sushi chef. I don't have any professional kitchen experience, but I learned fast. You know, I'm telling them all this stuff, giving my my resume, and that was it. And took my resume to like 5 different restaurants. You know,
Yeah.
no, none of them called me back. Zero. But luckily, I had a friend, and his girlfriend at the time was like the front of house manager for a restaurant, and like one of the high end restaurants in San Francisco in the financial district. And so she got me an interview with the chefs, and then so I interviewed with them, and it was like 4 chefs and me, and it's like in this like sort of a dungeon feel because it was
What,
like
4-on-1?
it was like a yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like kind of intimidating, right? For my
That's intense.
like first interview,
Yeah.
with and then it's like all these chefs. I'm like, all right. I was like, yeah. I just told them like, yeah, I want to become a sushi chef. Like I know, like some of the ingredients already. Like I'm a good home cook, you know, just in general.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, you know what? We'll give you a chance. If you can try it for a month, but if we think you're good enough, we might hire you. If not, then you gotta go. You know, that's it. It was
Straightforward.
and
Yeah.
it was also not paid either.
Oh, unpaid 1 month.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
It won't happen in California right now.
not anymore, huh?
Not anymore.
Not these days, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Not these days.
In the restaurant industry, it is pretty common to do like free jobs. You know, stages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever had to do that at all, but did you do that?
I had to do it, but for
Yeah.
different reason.
Yeah, different
Yeah.
reasons. Yeah. I think it's just common in the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing that
So this was 10 years
Yes,
ago, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's pretty impressive. Like when you think about it, like you didn't know how to butcher the fish or slice up the sashimi and prepare the rice.
yeah,
But 10 years later, like you're in your own house,
yeah,
you have your own property, like doing mushroom and the fishing whenever you want.
yeah, yeah.
This is like the pinnacle of like how self-made chef can be, you know,
Yeah,
which is
I definitely
very
like.
admirable.
I didn't think this is where I would be. Definitely is like, it's pretty crazy how things happen. You know.
So to follow up on that, I I wanted to ask you this. When you first started, so you got the job, right?
I got the job.
Right.
Yeah, after a month of free labor.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Did they give you the employee meal though?
Yeah. We
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I got,
Okay.
I got employee
So that's
meal.
how you got paid.
I got, yeah. At the time when I wasn't getting paid, I was doing Postmates
Wow.
and stuff,
Yeah.
delivering on my motorcycle.
Is that restaurant still around?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
They're still around.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, like if they're gonna get in trouble, so I don't want to name it, but
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah. So when you first got that job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any career path that you were planning for the future?
I think.
Did you in other words, did you always want to become YouTuber?
No, definitely not. One of the main reasons I wanted to become a chef too was so I could travel. I think because traveling, I mean, chefs are needed everywhere, in the world.
Right.
It doesn't matter where you are. Need people that cook, right? So it's a skill that can transfer to any country, any place. So I figured if I can become a chef, then I can travel anywhere. I can work.
Yep.
I can pick up work or whatever, and then, explore and travel and just have a good time.
Yeah, I mean,
doing
there are not many skills that ubiquitous, in terms of like geography,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're studying law, like you have to learn the law in that certain area. But if you're able to cook, you can cook for anyone in the world, right?
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the
That was
world.
actually one of my biggest motivation to also learn how to cook,
Yeah.
so I can travel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna travel the world,
Right.
and it worked out in a different way than I expected. Yeah, that's got
Cool,
the goal
man. Cool, man.
accomplished.
So I wanna talk to you about your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you started in 2018, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Were you always planning to do something like that? Let's say, okay, tell me about like how that happened, the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube myself, so that's all I had. I didn't have a TV at home. I just, was renting a bedroom in San Francisco. So I have my laptop and just watching YouTube, right? Just free content, basically. And I watched a lot of these fishing guys on YouTube back then. And they do the catch and cooks. That's what it's called, the category.
Right.
Catch a fish, you cook it. But at the time, everybody that was doing that, catching the fish, and the cooking segment would be like this tiny bit at the end. Like this would be the fishing, and the cooking would be like this much, just like a last ditch effort right at the end, and then they just fried it up or whatever.
Right.
Do something super simple, no creativity in the cooking. And definitely these guys didn't know how to cook. So I said like, oh, okay. So it's like, maybe I'll make a channel too. And I love fishing, and I love the outdoors, love going camping. So I do this kind of catch and cook, on my own already. So if I just made videos of it, going out, fishing, catching, but doing the cooking portion, making that as important or even more important than the fishing part.
Right.
So so I made it kind of half and half. Like first half is like fishing or foraging, and just gathering ingredients.
Yeah.
Second half is cooking. So there's nobody really doing it like that at the time. So I figured that might do well, and people might like that kind of concept. Showing what you can really make with fresh fish.
Yeah.
Being sushi chefs, like we hold these ingredients like fresh seafood to such high regard, and that's what I wanted to highlight, and that was the concept.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's really smart too, right? It's like in a way you found the opportunity to make something that didn't exist before.
Right. Yeah.
And so when was this? When did you think that there was an opportunity? Was it like 2018 and 2017?
Yeah, probably 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw that. I kind of felt like there was a gap in that in the content, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I figured it. And I kind of, when I do figure out like, oh, let's do this, and I just try it, you know.
Yeah.
I don't really think about it. I don't sit on it for a long time, you know. I just all right, let's grab a camera. I got this. All right, let's do it. Let's do it and figure it out along the way.
That's super cool. I think it's very inspiring, and also because I'm also a business owner, and I kind of relate to that.
Yeah.
Like when you have an idea, like you should go for it right away.
Yeah.
Right. Like just like how I come up with this idea of podcast, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna do it.
Just try it.
Yeah, I don't have much script. I just decided to buy a camera and I hired Kai.
Yeah, I know.
And I just drove 3 hours here, and okay, we'll see what happens. Right?
Like just figure it out as you go.
Yeah. Okay, so what was the first video you made from all that?
Yeah, the first video I ever made was going foraging during low tide for uni.
Uni.
Yeah.
And is this a Mendocino, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mendocino uni.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, we're gonna go find some sea urchin. We're gonna, you know, do something. And the video itself didn't go planned because I got the uni, bunch of uni out, but the cooking portion, I had a little stove, like a little tiny camp stove.
Yeah.
And then the gas ran out. And I didn't have any. I can cook the rice.
Yeah.
I was gonna make rice and stuff, and I had nori, but then no rice. So I just said, okay, I had uni and nori. And I just put
uni and nori.
Just uni and nori.
How was it?
That was delicious.
The
uni's delicious.
Did you have soy sauce and wasabi at least?
I don't think so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Did you go there by yourself?
No, I was with them. I was with Jocelyn. I was with and a couple other friends that we went camping with.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it was, I guess we started the video off like camping. You know, it was like going out of the tent and then making a little breakfast real quick and then going out to the coast.
So this is your very first video, right?
Very first ever video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I still find it, right, on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can still find it. You can find all my videos still.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that's how it started. And so it's just been doing that ever since, basically.
Right. Never looked back, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's really inspiring. So, and you started making YouTube video in 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I feel like you've been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
In making it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you told me the other day you've been making at least once a week.
I do one a week. Yeah.
Wow.
I might start cutting back soon.
Yeah.
Because these videos that I'm filming recently, they take a little bit more time because I'm doing a lot of projects, home projects, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they take a lot longer to film just because they take a lot longer to accomplish. So I might start doing more like every other week.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So I started doing, so I call it Taku Tuesday every week.
Yeah, I saw it. Taku Tuesday.
Taku Tuesday.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been calling it since probably before I quit the restaurant. Like then I started once we kind of got that idea every week. And then there's been like maybe just barely a handful of weeks that I missed, you know, uploading. Yeah.
Wow.
So
I mean, it must have been not easy, not been easy to like while working 9 to 5 chef, and then still really stay consistent with your filming and posting, right?
Well, you know, it's not 9 to 5. It's like 12 to 12.
Oh yeah. By the way, it's not
like
9 to 5. Yeah. Let me just correct that.
Yeah, 12 to 12.
More like 9 to 12.
Yeah.
But 9 to 24, right?
I was 12 to 12.
Wow.
Yeah, noon to midnight.
Yeah.
But the good part is that, you know, you don't have to wake up that early because you start at 12. But you get off late, right? And then I would do this. Like I would get off at midnight. And some days when I'm going out to film, I go home, you know, sleep for like 2-3 hours, wake up, go fishing super early in the morning. So I had this schedule where I'm like staying up late, but like, I got to wake up super early for the fishing, you know, to go film. Yeah, during those days.
Yeah. You really love doing this, huh? Fishing and right, foraging. So what has fishing always been a thing with you?
Yeah, I was fishing since I was in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad taught me how to fish when I was in Japan. We used to go like bass fishing and sometimes in the like pier fishing on the salt water. But a lot of it was, mostly bass fishing. largemouth bass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, fishing, right? I mean, it's a good combination, fishing and being a sushi chef. It's like
Oh yeah.
perfect
It is.
combination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But okay, I feel like when I think about your channel,
Mm-hmm.
I think about like two things. It's fishing
Mm-hmm.
and mushroom foraging.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my personal take.
Yeah.
I don't know, what other people would think, but how do you pick up this mushroom foraging thing?
Oh yeah, that's more like definitely later down the line.
Uh-huh.
I've been mushroom foraging now for maybe 5 years.
Okay.
Maybe I didn't start with mushroom foraging when I began the channel.
Mhm.
I got into it more like a year and a half, maybe 2 years into making YouTube videos. I started doing mushroom foraging, just something that I don't know why, but I got curious into it.
Interesting.
And then, I have a friend that's really knowledgeable in wild mushrooms. So he took me out for my first time,
Mhm.
found some mushrooms and cooked it up on the beach and
Yeah.
stuff. And it was great. And, and then I started learning from books, learning online.
Yeah.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff, just doing research, going out and finding the mushrooms, taking pictures and trying to ID it later on.
Right.
Yeah, because there's so many mushrooms, and we only ever eat a very small fraction of them.
Yeah, I mean, it can be dangerous, right?
Oh, it
If
can
you
be
don't know
deadly.
what you're eating,
Yeah,
is it
Oh, for
hard to identify?
some are harder
Yeah.
than others to identify,
Yeah.
and some are much easier.
Right.
So there are like more beginner friendly mushrooms, and there's definitely more that are a little bit riskier. It just
Yeah.
takes a little bit more detail to pay attention to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's both. There's easy ones to ID and there's hard
Okay.
ones. Yeah.
Have you ever had any health issues eating mushroom?
Not with mushrooms, no.
Not with mushroom.
Because I always say like you got to be 100% sure
Right.
to eat it.
Yeah. So you don't
So-
you don't take home what you're not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. If I'm not sure, yeah. But at this point, you just leave it there. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll pick it up, look at it. Okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe I'll take a picture of it, and try to find out what it is later on. But
Uh-huh.
other than that, yeah.
Mushroom foraging is such a I don't know many things about mushroom and mushroom foraging, but it's definitely less bigger than fishing.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely more niche, right?
More niche, right?
Yeah, than fishing. Yeah, I know you're definitely right about that, and it shows in the YouTube views too, because the mushroom videos don't get as many views as fishing. But
Interesting.
I still do it. I don't really
Yeah.
mind. There's plenty of people that are interested in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very mushroom foraging. I've done both fishing and mushroom foraging, but mushroom foraging is like fishing, hunting. They're very glamorous.
Mhm.
Like you have it's kind of very, it's sexy in a way, Like you have the fishing lure and
Yeah.
then you're in the ocean.
It's action packed.
Yeah,
and
action,
stuff.
and
Yeah.
and then when you catch, it's
Yeah.
start learning. But mushroom foraging is like you just like staying at the ground,
Yeah, looking around.
hoping to get something, right?
You're just basically hiking
Yeah.
around, walking around the woods.
Yeah,
Hoping you can find some, get lucky.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's fun really finding like the really really good mushrooms like matsutake. It's just so rewarding, I think, especially when you find it in abundance. It's like it becomes like so much more worth than a fish, unless you
Really?
catch a big fish. Yeah, like in cost, if you compare like, if I caught a couple rockfish,
Right.
that might be worth $10. I don't know. But if I find a handful of matsutake,
Matsutake, right?
that's hundreds.
How much does it go by? Like
Even though I don't sell it,
right.
but that's just like,
That's pretty expensive, right?
oh yeah,
Matsutake?
yeah, it can be hundreds per pound.
Yeah. We were hoping to find one, but
Yeah.
better luck next time.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll learn that area a little bit more coming up and see if I can find any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matsutake.
That one's that area we went to yesterday was basically a new area for me. I knew there was some mushrooms there, but just got to keep exploring and finding more areas. And I think it just gets us out, gets us out exploring.
Right.
I always love just like going into the forest and
You just enjoy the
knowing,
process.
not knowing where you're going, but just looking around, looking under bushes, under trees,
Right.
and then finding little clues here and there to find that little bit of mushroom.
Yeah, it's really so easy to miss
Yeah.
if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still miss it, even if I'm paying attention. And Jocelyn's usually the one that's eyeing it. She's got the eye for it.
Yeah.
Hi, Roscoe.
Hi, Roscoe.
Hi, Roscoe.
Are you ready for an interview?
Come on. So Roscoe is my dog. We just adopted him recently, and he's mooing right now, and he's on the couch with us now. He was sleeping on the beanbag, but he's now sleeping.
He wants to be part of us.
Moved on to the couch and wants to be in the podcast.
All right. So yesterday when I was asking about, what's so attractive about mushroom foraging, I think you were saying the how the mushroom, grow from like spores basically. It's basically from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about it? Why you like mushrooms so much?
I feel like I said something really good yesterday because you asked me in the forest.
Right.
And then I don't remember what I said, but I don't remember what I said.
You were talking about them being like alien almost.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I said something about mushrooms being alien just because they're so different than anything else on Earth. They're not a plant. They're a fungi, so they grow much differently. And how they spread underground through their mycelium. So that's kind of like it looks like mold.
It's a mold
kinda
basically.
Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just spreads underground, and then in the right conditions, with the right moisture level, with the right temperatures, they'll fruit, and that's the mushrooms that we see that pop out of the ground. And there's some elusive mushrooms. That's why it's kind of fun, being able to go look for them. And there's that one time that you're gonna find a good treasure. It's kind of like finding treasure in the forest.
Yeah.
And then it's in our backyard too. That's why it's so it's so appealing, because you think about how many people like live in the Bay Area, but majority, I would say, they don't know like what's in their backyard, like these mushrooms, these prized mushrooms that we have right there.
They're like at least hundreds, thousands, right? There are many, many kinds, and we don't even know. We only know a very few percentage of it, right?
Mm-hmm. There's I don't even know how. There's a lot. Yeah. But I think Roscoe farted.
So,
but I just love I love the fact that
and the mushrooms are very nutritious too, right?
Nutritious.
Very nutritious, right? Can you tell us about?
They say it's good for the brain, like lion's mane, like certain types of mushrooms. There's some that are medicinal as well. They'll like heal you, like be good for the health. Just when you're sick or when you're, I don't know. I haven't taken much of the medicinal mushrooms, but like turkey tails and things like that, they say it's good medicine.
Right.
And just in general, they have. I don't know what the specific vitamins are. I'm not a nutritionist, but very
good fiber too, right?
Very good. Good for the brain. I mean, that's like the biggest thing, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mushrooms. We gotta eat more mushrooms.
Wild mushrooms too. The wild ones are, they're just fun to find and delicious to eat. Jocelyn didn't like mushrooms before. Until we started finding our own wild mushrooms, because they're so different than, the button mushrooms that you buy at Safeway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like portobello, the button mushrooms. Did you know the button mushrooms, the white ones as well, and the portobello mushrooms, that's all one mushroom. That's one type of mushroom.
The same kind?
The same kind of mushroom. It's just a different stage of its life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so those button mushrooms that are like this, if you let them grow a bit more, they widen like that, become portobellos.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's the only difference between those mushrooms. Is just the age.
Just the age?
Just the age
Oh
of
my
their,
god, we've been fooled.
yeah, just the age of their the mushroom, basically. How
Wow.
long they let it grow for.
What's like your favorite thing to cook with mushrooms?
Favorite thing to cook with mushrooms. It depends on the mushroom because you can do so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the favorite thing to cook is just making it mix it in with the rice, like we did today.
Yep.
Yeah,
It works well.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little dashi, little.
You said like you
little
made a
marin-
risotto, right?
Yeah, I made
Yeah.
risotto before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I make risotto a good amount with
Mhm.
mushrooms. In my cookbook, I do like I made a kimchi risotto recipe in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is that's a really delicious.
Talk to
too.
me about your books. I forgot to bring that book. Can you read that book? Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my cookbook that's coming out in March, end of March 25th. It's coming out, and there's 85 recipes, something like that, and
Wow.
all about. It's called Coastal Harvest.
Mm-hmm.
So we got it right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love the cover, Taku.
Yes,
Yeah.
came out so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I didn't do any of the art for this, but it's my good friend Dwight. He did this art. I do. I love it
Alex.
too. Yeah,
It's like a perfect gift.
it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's for anybody. Like I wanted to put like my face on the cover and like have me like with the outdoor cooking scenery or something like that.
Yeah.
It would have been cool, but we went with this one, and I'm really happy with it. And it's awesome cover. But anyways, it's all about things you can harvest on the coast,
Mm-hmm.
and I included mushrooms in here because
It's a forage, yeah.
yeah, because mushrooms do grow along the coast. We have this in Northern California, and up all the way up the Pacific Northwest, even Alaska. You can find mushrooms like hundreds of feet just from the cliffs. Basically, you're just finding it.
Oh, wow.
mushrooms based right on the coast. So I included mushrooms in here, and it's also one of my big interests, anyway. So
That's beautiful. Can I take a look?
dropped it in.
Wow, that's nice.
I think that's the dummy copy, but so you can. There's nothing inside.
Oh, there's nothing inside. Oh, it looks great. There's nothing.
Oh, Justin's dad saw that. He saw that one. He's like, "Wow, all that work for this? Did all that work for this?" And it was all
It
blank
starts with
inside.
Taku holding tuna.
Yeah,
Looks good.
yeah. There's some awesome photos in there.
Coastal harvest.
It's
And Jocelyn took all these photos, right?
majority of them.
Looks great.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at this. The photos.
Yeah, it came out great. I think.
Yeah. I mean, you do all these recipes and the fishing and
Yeah,
mushroom foraging. So when people ask me like recipes,
Mhm.
I just send my clients like to, hey, just watch
just watch this. Yeah,
Outdoor Chef
I know.
Live and just buy the book.
yeah.
Look at this.
I know now. I can just send a link to the book.
Right.
I know people ask me
Yeah.
all the
Or
time, "Hey,
just-
what's a good
Just
recipe
read
for
my
this?"
book.
Here, just
Just buy my book.
I don't have time to explain all this, how to make something,
Great presentation. Look
to
at
each
this.
person.
Mhm.
But now I can just be like, here's a link to my cookbook.
Oyster.
Buy it now.
Look at the oyster. So
Yeah.
how do you get inspired for your menus? Where do you get the ideas from?
Some of it is, based on my experience as a sushi chef.
Mm-hmm.
And so other are just also inspired from travel.
Mm-hmm.
Specific places have their unique dishes, so I've kind of been inspired by that as well, and then just as well as just home cooking, just general background, just anything that I like in general
Yeah.
to cook
Mhm.
and to eat.
So would you say it's not always Japanese?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's not always Japanese. Yeah,
Mhm.
it is heavy, leaning towards like Japanese cuisine and Asian cuisine. But definitely not all of it is Japanese. And there's some more American style recipes in there as well. So, and that's kind of who I am as a person too.
Yeah.
Like a mix of
Yeah, like a mix of
Japanese, American,
yeah.
and then my partner's Mexican, you know, so we do a lot of Mexican stuff too. So there's some Mexican inspired dishes in there, and yeah, just anything else that I like.
Do you have any Mexican food that you like or you like to cook?
So one of my favorite recipes in there is actually this menudo. Have you ever had menudo?
Mm-mm. What is it?
No, it's like so usually like they use tripe, like beef stomach.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a soup. It's like a spicy kind of soup, red soup.
Beef
And-
stomach soup.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Wow.
but I made that with tuna stomach.
Tuna stomach.
Yeah. So I took a big, so we caught like bluefin tuna on a bow, and the guys were like gutting it, right?
Yeah.
I was like, hey, let me keep those. Let me see if I can turn it into something tasty. And it was so good. Yeah, if you like menudo, though, man, that's gonna that.
So you have that in the recipe?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, check this out. Yeah. It's Coastal Harvest by Taku Kondo.
Yeah, it's
Taku-san. Cool.
yeah, no, I'm glad it's over because it was so much work, man.
Yeah.
Do you like writing? Do you like writing?
I do like writing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much
You
writing.
said it took you 2 years, right?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
about 2 years.
So how can people buy this?
Online, you can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it on like Barnes and Noble kind of websites as well,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be in the bookstores too once it's out and released
Cool.
into the wild. Just dummy
Why did they give
copies.
you the blank book?
So because for promo and stuff.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So before they could finish printing it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I don't know. Apparently, it takes time to print books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so they gave me those dummy copies.
I really like the cover. Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like for books, covers are so important. The look of the cover and even the feel.
I think it is a great like little coffee table book.
Yeah.
You can just leave it there and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
anywhere, you know,
Uh-huh.
any coastal Airbnbs even, or you know, just at your homes even. So it's just I think it's a great book, and the pictures kind of align with it as well. And there's
Cool
more
stuff.
art in the book too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Taku, for
Thank
your
you.
book.
It was thank you so much because it was a lot to do. So it was
2 years
glad
of
it's over.
the work, right?
never again, dude. Never writing another
Never
one.
again?
No, never again, dude. So much work.
So
you know
much
how many days I had to sit while it's sunny outside, but I have to write
Oh, my
and do
goodness.
stuff and for the book. Oh man,
That's torturing for you,
that's
huh?
torture, man.
Like, I'd
That's
rather go
torture.
out and fish,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's torture. Just writing. It's such tedious writing too. A lot of the recipe writing is definitely like I'm okay with writing,
Mm-hmm.
but just definitely not that recipe style of writing where it's so tedious and you
Yeah.
gotta be methodical and
Uh-huh.
like all this like you just gotta be monotone basically.
Exactly.
You know, there's no much feel to the writing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a lot in there that's, you know, more from the heart or from
Yeah.
more experienced talk and that kind of stuff added into it too. So that type of writing I enjoy a little bit more.
I see. Well, it's great stuff. I mean, I think for a lot of chefs, I think there are a few things I think in their checklist, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things is like I want to open my own restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I think having a YouTube channel and have a big audience,
Yeah.
it's like one of the things. And also to have a book like this, it's definitely big achievement.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you have two of those already checked, right? So you
Yeah.
have the YouTube and you have your own book.
No restaurant. I don't know if I'm gonna do a restaurant. It's so much work.
I know, right?
I know
Yeah.
how much work it is. It's not.
Yeah,
I'm not deceived by it because I know how it is.
right. Yeah, but did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy working in restaurants?
Yeah. When I'm young, yeah, that's a great fun job, you know.
Yeah.
Especially being a sushi chef, we get to drink.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, in the omakase, we get, customers buy us drinks all the time. And,
Yeah.
and I'm having a beer while I'm making sushi and having a good conversation with my customers. You know, back and forth. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite memory back when you were working as a sushi chef?
Just in general, I think the customers really are always so intrigued with, you know, every step that we do behind the counter. So just doing something so simple as like scoring a piece of
Yeah.
fish, and that they're so amazed.
They're
you
like,
know?
wow.
Just the
Yeah.
looks on their faces.
Yeah.
It's so it's fun seeing that the kind
Yeah.
of reaction
Mm-hmm.
to the all the work you put in to learn how to do these skills.
Yeah.
That's now like it's easy for us now, but yeah, it took some time to learn, and they can see how easy it looks, but
Yeah.
and it's just mesmerizing
Mm-hmm.
to the general public,
Right.
I think.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a fun reaction that you can
Uh-huh.
get
Yeah,
out of
it's, so
people
it's
usually.
one of the things, right? I think it's one of
Mhm.
the things that keeps a lot of people who work in the restaurant industry kind of going, to get that reaction from the customers, right?
Mhm.
It's really
Yeah.
rewarding.
Yes.
Right.
I know. I always think like, look, becoming a chef is not like you don't become a chef because you want to be rich, you know.
Right.
You gotta become a chef because you love the craft.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things that if you don't love it, like you can't do it. You're not gonna be doing it for
Right.
very long at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially as someone that's learning, coming into a restaurant as a like lower level, you know, person, just a line cook and stuff, and trying to learn, you know, the chef's yelling at you
Right.
and all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff that you have
Yeah.
to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it's not really fun, you know. It's not like
Yeah.
you learn a lot,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not gonna, if you're not enjoying that kind of environment, and then it's definitely hard for some people.
I mean, we've been talking a lot about the kind of shiny sides of being a chef,
Mhm.
especially like with you.
Yeah,
A lot of accomplishments and
yeah,
being in front of guests, and you in action, and
Yeah.
like being wowed.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
But basically 80% of being a chef sucks.
yeah. There's you're always in a rush.
Yeah. You're
No
always
matter
in a rush.
No matter what, you're behind on prep.
All right.
You have to do you have something to do
There's
always.
something to do.
That's one thing, you know, you're just busy, but hey, time
Yeah.
goes by faster when you're busy.
I feel like that kills a lot of chefs
Yeah.
kind of getting out of the industry,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Even I think being a sushi chef, in my opinion, is relatively, I don't want to use the word easy, but easier,
Mm-hmm.
because you have that like a rewarding experience and interaction with the customers.
Oh, right.
Right. But
Yeah.
if you were like in a different restaurant industry, that
Yeah.
might be tough. But
True.
what do you think kept you going? Knowing that 80% of being a chef kind of sucks.
It's still fun,
Mm-hmm.
you know. There's definitely a lot of things that suck, but it's still a lot of fun, you know.
Right.
Just the work itself, staying active, staying busy.
Mm-hmm.
You're on your feet, you're running around, you're cutting fish. You know, you get to play with knives
Right.
as for a living,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's like I love chopping things and
Mm-hmm.
all the knife work when I was a home cook. You know,
Mhm.
so that's one of the things that were always appealing to me. It's always, even how no matter how busy it is, like filleting fish, cutting vegetables, like all this kind of prep is a lot of fun.
Right.
To me, it was a lot of fun. That's why I loved it too. Yeah, not just the interactions with the customers, but
Yeah.
just the actual act of
Mm-hmm.
slicing things.
Yeah, prepping, like learning how to prep and then being able to actually do it is
Yeah.
also like very rewarding and
Yeah.
fun too, right?
My filleting fish is probably, I think is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Filleting fish is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Which part of being that type of career chef you think most was your least favorite?
Like what part of it?
Yeah.
Of being a chef? Well, there's the not having very many weekends off.
Right.
There's the working late nights, working long hours, being on your feet, back hurting all the time.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know what's the worst one, but it's definitely
Yeah.
there's definitely a stockpile of them.
Right.
But all
It
in,
just takes a toll on your body, I think, in
Oh, for
general.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So just leaning forward all the time.
Right.
Does your back hurt quite a bit? Do you have back issues?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
not too
now, it hurts time to time, but
Yeah.
I try to manage it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see this is gonna only get worse
Yeah.
if I continue.
Right.
Yeah.
Luckily, I learned physical therapy, so I can
cool.
I know how to do stretches, all the stuff that makes you feel a little bit better. Because I don't think we went into my physical therapy background, but you know how I said I study kinesiology.
Mhm.
That's to do like, that was going to become a physical therapist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that was because sports, all my life, like sports was one of my main things. Just, I was never going to become a professional athlete because I was like into basketball and stuff. I'm way too short for basketball. But I decided, I can still kind of stay active into that space if I do physical therapy.
Right.
And I really liked it. I love like learning anatomy and physiology and all this stuff, how muscles work. And it's a lot of fun work for me. That I love that too, like just learning about all the movements and things. So that was going to become my profession. I worked in an actual physical therapy clinic for a whole year, in between working as a chef too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah. It was. I had like overlap with, like, I did both work at the restaurant and I worked at a physical therapy clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go work at physical therapy job from 7 a.m. and then get off around 2:30. And then go straight to the restaurant.
You're a hustler, like really, really, like,
Yeah.
And or the days you're not learning that you're fishing, probably, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know, I was fishing.
Yeah, that's
on
pretty
those off days.
impressive. It's pretty impressive.
I just, I don't know. I feel like I just always did things,
Mhm.
Like, I know I was like hardworking, even as a kid, like learning sports,
Yeah.
learning how to play basketball. I'll be 6 a.m. I'll be out the door just going to practice by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just like that kind of
Yeah.
working towards something and working towards getting better and better at something. I always love that process
Yeah.
of learning a new skill, especially, just to keep growing yourself, to keep moving forward and learning. So I think that's just the same with becoming a chef, and even in physical therapy. It's just has been just a way of life for me. It's just always been interested in learning new skills and getting better. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of it, right? Because I like that how your YouTube channels is also kind of evolving.
Yeah.
From the start,
Yeah.
you've been only kind of fishing and catching a cook, and to like mushroom foraging, and now you have a house and you have a book, and like I'm kind of curious to know, like, what's your next big milestone that you have in mind on target?
Well, the biggest milestone has been, this property. We've been able to buy this property now, this home that we're in right now, and we're sitting on acreage. So it's just a lot of that's a dream come true in itself.
Yeah.
Like that I didn't think would happen at this time.
Really?
Like, I knew it would happen eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked towards it. We worked towards it for a while, but still, like, I was like, yeah, we'll get there when we get there, kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like this would change your the course of your channel a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know you've been traveling a lot. Because I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I'm in Alaska, I'm in New Zealand,
Yeah.
I'm in
No doubt.
Hawaii, right?
Yeah. Because at that, the past 2.5 years, we didn't have a house. We didn't even rent a house. We weren't even, we just had a van.
Right.
And then so we just live in our van in the States, or we were just traveling.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense to rent a place, pay thousands a month for rent in the Bay. And so that's how we did it. And we kind of just used the rent money to go travel and have fun in other countries. And then that's why I'm always in and out of the country. And
Right.
yeah. But now that we have this place, definitely changes. Yeah, it changes the travels, like it will definitely travel less, especially because we have our dog now. And now we have a lot to do here. Like I want to do
Right. This is a
projects
project,
here. I want to
basically,
make
yeah.
content
Yeah.
here, like on my property. Want to do all this, like build an outdoor kitchen,
Yeah.
you know, and then film, have
It
a
was
place to
fun.
film there,
Yeah.
and do that kind of stuff. So it's evolving for sure, and it's changing, but it's also like getting better. Like it's old things as well, like how we're still gonna be fishing and foraging, but we're incorporating a new aspect of like actually building a home and building all kinds of things on the property.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think to keep evolving is very important part of probably like in everything, but I feel like personally it's important for a chef too,
Yeah.
because especially for sushi chef, it's like it's about your craft, and basically your craft is all about like doing the same thing over and over and over again, maybe a little bit better. But so it's very easy to kind of get complacent,
Yeah.
and to not get outside of your comfort zone. So this is like part of why I want to work with you like this, or like going to mushroom foraging, is because I feel totally uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because I'm risking myself to look stupid to go on mushroom foraging,
Yeah.
and then like cook outside.
Yeah.
It's a totally different environment, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's very important, and I can see like why you're succeeding so much.
Yeah, I think soon we got to do like a fishing day too, you know. Maybe go out to do some
That's one thing we haven't done yet. So
actually we've only done mushroom foraging together, which is funny because
two sushi chefs and we've only done mushrooms.
It's mostly because it's just the season, you know.
Right?
For some reason we've lined it up when it's like in the mushroom season, so it's like that's what we have to do. And like ocean's not really calm right now, and then we got mushrooms, you know.
Yeah, we got mushroom.
Plenty of rain here, so mushrooms are available. But I love them, like I said. But I think next time, we'll do some fishing.
Yeah,
And then we can actually, you know, you can. I think I love like taking chefs out to catch our own ingredients, because you know, as a chef in a restaurant, it just gets brought to you,
right?
You know,
Yeah,
there it is. There's a box of fish.
You get to appreciate,
but
what it takes to actually get the ingredients to your table.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta sort of first figure out how you can get that fish. See, so if you didn't get that delivery, you know, like could you in a situation just go catch a fish yourself? You know,
right?
It's a fun thing to kind of challenge yourself, I think. It's just to try to gather your own ingredients, even if it's not just fish, but you know, different types of seaweed on the coast. You know, you gotta see which ones. You gotta identify the species of seaweed, and you can find nori too, like the actual nori that you use,
right?
That they make nori sheets with. You can find that right on the coast, right?
Oh
here.
Man,
right.
I mean, I saw that you were already planting some of the vegetables.
Yeah.
Right? That's part of it too, right?
That's part of it too, yeah. Yeah, Jocelyn's gonna have a big garden growing a bunch of vegetables. We got a greenhouse.
Yeah.
And right now it's winter, so there's not much, but once the spring and summer, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in
That's
there.
exciting. Super exciting. Cool stuff. Okay, couple more questions. Do you wanna tell us about the story behind adding Roscoe to your family
Oh, sure.
and to your channel?
Yeah, so we weren't planning on getting a dog like this soon, because eventually we definitely were gonna get a dog, because I've been wanting a dog for a long time. I've never had my own.
You never
dog.
had one, yeah. You told me.
I love dogs, and I've always wanted our own, and what we used to do was we used to dog sit a lot through this app called Rover. It's like a dog sitting app. Like you can sign up to go babysit
and you
dogs.
Get paid,
you
right?
know, you get paid too. Yeah. And we do like doggy day outs, which is like you take the shelter dogs and go for a walk for a day. You know, and just take them out for a day, get them out of the shelter. we do programs like that, and then we started doing fostering dogs because we bought our own home. So now we can have a dog present in our to live with, and so we like take dogs from the shelter, let them live here until they find their home, and that was the plan, to like get a few dogs at least adopted, through our viewers and stuff. We have a good amount of outreach, so find people to adopt these dogs. And we had Roscoe for 3 weeks, and we just fell in love with him. And he's like, "Well, this is the second dog we fostered." And so
He's sleepy.
yeah, he's sleepy right now. He's being good. So it just happened. Like, well, guess we're keeping him.
Yeah,
It's we've fallen too attached.
he's good.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's good. In
Sometimes
general,
he's bad, but he's
yeah.
basically a good boy.
In general, he's a good boy. Yeah, he's only been here like 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yep, since December.
Now he's
Probably
Now he knows we're
barely
talking
over
about
a
him.
month. Barely over a month he's been here. So and he's learning quick, and he's a fun dog to have around.
yeah, nice, beautiful Doberman.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, we love him. He's so funny. He's silly. Yeah.
Before I forget, I want to ask you about hunting. Because I think I've first seen your video with the iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think you got demonetized or something, right, on YouTube. And you haven't done any of those hunting types of video for a while.
That's true.
And you recently released the deer hunting one, which I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a courage enough to kill an animal yet, but I think hunting is just another form of taking down the life to feed yourself.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important part of like catch and cook.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
could you tell us more about why you decided to?
I think so. I think the iguana video got demonetized, I think, because I just showed too much guts, like just the iguana guts or something. I don't think it had to do with like the shooting of the animal, because there's plenty of like iguana hunting videos on YouTube.
Right.
And they're like a pest in Florida. That's where we did it.
Yeah.
Yep. And but yeah, the recent video that I released, the deer hunting, mostly took me a long time to release it because I wanted to have a cooking portion for that one video, and all I had was the deer hunt, and I didn't film a cooking thing yet, and we had just been traveling a bunch, so we didn't have time to I didn't have time to think through all the to cook it, and I just was kind of lazy because the meat was in the freezer, and then we just I'll just do it later, and it just kind of kept getting pushed back, and then now I'm like, all right, now it's time to really get it done, and no, I'm glad I put it out there, and I think in general, for the content, releasing content, I'm kind of at the point where I'm just gonna post whatever I feel like posting, you know.
Yep.
And definitely, in the past, it's more like, oh, I gotta post stuff that the viewers want to see, And I think it's good to think about what they want to see,
right?
But I think it's also important you gotta want to release something. You gotta want to, create the content in the first place.
I think I've seen a good amount of positive comments on that deer hunting.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's saying you do you, right?
Yeah,
be yourself, and
I think over 90% of the comments were positive on that one, which is for a hunting video. And for especially the first hunting real hunting video. That's great. That's a great feedback. Yeah, to see that people are mostly
absolutely
in support of it.
Yeah.
And,
I'm one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you going to do more of that?
Yeah, I definitely want to. Yeah, I definitely want to do more of that. Just in general too, even if I'm not filming it, I want to go out and hunt more. Yeah, just being all the way out here, it's good to have a freezer full of meat with wild
right.
game.
Yeah.
And they taste delicious too.
Yeah.
And the deer
meat is good. Yeah.
I know elk is delicious.
Yep.
Yeah. So if we can do more of that, and I also want to learn like how to properly butcher meats too. You know, some things like deer and
Do
stuff.
you know how?
No, no. I mean, I learned a
Learning
little
how.
bit through
Mhm.
through the friends
Yeah.
I've gone with, but I don't know how. But that's kind of like how I love filleting. You know, like filleting a fish. I want to know how to like precisely
Yeah.
carve a deer
It's a
or
craft.
yeah,
Yeah.
butcher an animal.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of fun.
Do you carry a gun with you when you're going hunting?
On hunting, yeah. If I'm hunting, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously,
Right.
yeah, obviously you need a gun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is that pretty standard for everyone to carry a gun? A
Yeah,
gun.
if it's
I mean, for sure, to kill the animal. Yeah. Right.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Unless you're doing like a bow hunt,
Mm-hmm.
which is possible too.
Right.
Yeah, I've also done a duck hunt. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. That's a funny story actually. Like, I didn't have a shotgun. You know, you need a shotgun for like duck hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, all right. Like my friend invited me duck hunting. He's like, yeah, we're going in about 2 weeks. I was like, okay, I'll go get I'm gonna go buy a shotgun right now. And then so in California, there's like a 10-day waiting period, something like that. You can buy it, but you can't pick it up for 10 days.
How many guns do you carry when you go on hunting?
I think just one.
Just one.
Yeah,
What
I
type
mean,
of gun? Like for deer hunting?
a rifle for deer
Rifle?
hunting, and then a shotgun for the duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I picked up my shotgun the day before I went on this duck hunt. But
Yeah.
I didn't have time to like test fire or like go shoot targets or anything. So so we just get out and we're like duck hunting, and then the first light, that's when you can start hunting. So the sun's starting to come up, and as soon as the sun comes up, the hunting starts, and a duck just flies right in front of us, like,
Oh shoot.
or it just flies in right and lands right in front of us in our decoys, and it's just sitting there. And yeah, the friends that I was with, he was like, take your shot, it's
Okay.
right there. And then so I took my first ever shot on this brand new shotgun that I never shot before, and I
Oh,
shot a
shit.
duck with it like in the first shot.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty impressive.
that was hilarious.
Wow.
Though. It was like a
So you never
pretty
shot a
easy
gun?
no, I never shot that shotgun.
The shotgun. Okay.
Yeah, I never
Okay.
shot that specific shotgun
Damn.
before, and that's the first shot I take was on a duck, and then I got him. Yeah, yeah. And then after that, the ducks were flying, and I was missing left and right.
Mhm.
It's hard.
I mean, duck is delicious too.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's delicious.
How would you cook duck?
Just like so you breast it, take the breast off, and just just slowly heat up the pan where it's kind of like, you don't start it like a steak, how you like heat up the pan a bunch. You start it cold pan, and then it starts to work up the heat, and just a medium rare kind of, in the middle, and I just put it like the bao buns, and yeah, just a little hoisin sauce, like
Oh, nice.
yeah, little hoisin sauce, little green onion
That sounds yum.
action. It's just like tender duck breast. Yeah,
Cool.
so good.
Miso is also good. Like I do sometimes like a miso. I just dip in the miso and it kind of slow cooked. That was good too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the duck
Nice.
is actually it's really good. It's a lot different than the flavor of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, duck has definitely its own unique flavor,
Cool.
which I like, especially the wild one. It's a lot. And it's a lot of fun getting to like learn how to process it too. I think that process is one of my favorites. Just
Like butcher and process.
the butchering process,
Mhm.
and just in general, in anything, in any of the fish or animals, or the butchering process.
Do you gut out on the spot?
Let's see. How did we got it? No, we didn't got it like on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're kind of busy, like trying to be quiet.
But deers, you do it, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, the deer. Yeah, we did gut it immediately, pretty much.
Is that because of it's heavy?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's the biggest factor. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an extra 50 pounds or something.
Right. Right.
And depending on the size of the deer, but yeah, it's just a lot of extra weight, so you mostly just take it out. But for me, like I like to cook a lot of the guts too, just even in fish, and even in like cows and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
in Japan, like one of my favorite foods growing up, even when I was a kid, was horumon.
Hormone is so good.
Horumon. There was a horumon shop 5 houses down from my house
Yeah.
where I grew up, and this guy, the old man, just make horumon
Mhm.
every day out of his window,
Oh, so good.
and then I just take like 100 yen, and then go give it to him. He gives me a little skewer of horumon, and then that's one of my favorite.
That was
favorites
actually my
growing
first job.
Really?
Yeah, where I worked
Oh.
at the Homon yakiniku shop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for people that don't know what a horumon is, it's basically like guts,
Guts barbecue, basically.
guts barbecue. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all the liver, the hearts, the intestines, all that,
Mhm.
and just kind of barbecued up. Yeah.
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 Cool stuff.
The texture is so much more fun, I think.
I know, right?
on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So,
and it's actually surprisingly really delicious.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I know people will get grossed out about it, but
Yeah.
no.
No,
Just,
don't throw that away. Yeah, eat
so
that.
that's why, like, for me, like, I would actually like to take all of it,
Mhm.
to see what I could do with
Everything.
the different parts,
Yeah. Yeah.
experiment, especially like with the liver.
Duck liver is must be good, right? You can make. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. I think those ducks that we're shooting, their livers are pretty small,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like a little, like even in a lot of fish, they have small livers.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's big enough and like if it's, if you can cook it up, then yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for cooking all the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Duck.
and it's so cool. I also learning yakitori. I never done it, but I only learned from my friend yakitori guy.
Right.
But it's a lot of fun learning all the different parts and like I don't know, 16, 17 different parts to a chicken. You never think
There are
about
16
chicken.
different parts of chicken.
Yeah, you never think about chicken having that many parts,
Wow.
but if you like break it down to so many different little pieces,
Yeah.
yeah, you can have like a ton of pieces, and it's like different ways to cook all of them. That's a lot of fun too.
And it's just not just chicken, right? Beef and pork and
Oh yeah,
right.
even more for
Even more.
beef and pork probably.
Wow.
If you break it down really, it's very specifically. Every single slice of meat is different.
Cooking is definitely deep. It's a really broad subject to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. There's a lot to talk about in
Yeah.
cooking, and no doubt about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's human nature to be curious about,
Mm-hmm.
what we're gonna eat. So, how do we cook it?
Yeah.
How do we make it taste good?
And you're very, very curious person. I feel like you're very passionate in learning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's very important to grow your
Yeah.
business and,
Yeah.
reinvent yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's part of learning. Exactly. It's just part of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think new experiences
Mhm.
are important. That's one thing that I hold to a high regard. It's just getting different experiences, learning new skills, getting, it's just for me, it's kind of like how many skills can I learn?
Yeah.
Right now, like I'm building stuff, I've done, when I did my van, built out the van,
Mhm.
learn electrical, learn plumbing, learn how to do the floors, the walls,
You're
the
doing
cabinets.
everything by yourself.
Yeah.
basically.
So, yep. It's just, for me, it's just like how learning new skills.
And you're
It's just
building
so
a
fun.
new kitchen, right? Kitchen or
Yeah, I wanna
cooking
do-
station.
Mm-hmm. And the
part of your property outdoor?
kitchen.
Yep.
Outdoor kitchen. We'll do that. It's, for me, it's, how many skills, how many things can I be good at?
Yeah. That's super
And
cool.
but it's just like not being afraid to fail, I've made some stuff like
Yeah.
like I don't know what I'm doing a lot of the times when I'm doing all this building.
Uh-huh.
And just do it like how I imagine it. I think it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could look it up and do like a bunch of research, but
Uh-huh.
I just sometimes like to go for it too. It's like, hey, if it's not good, it's not good. Whatever. It doesn't
Are there
matter. Just,
videos that
learn.
you shot and you decided not to post?
I don't really think there's ever been one that there maybe I'm trying to think, but I can't really remember anything specific off the top of my head that's like, oh, you know what? Even though I made this video, I'm not gonna post it. You know, I don't think there's ever been one.
Mm-hmm.
There's been stuff that's like, I filmed it, but I just didn't finish it.
I
you
didn't
know?
finish it, right?
You know, like I haven't
That happens
finished
to me
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of work.
That happens. I think it's pretty normal for a lot of people. Just half finished projects.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like filming is just one part of it, right?
Yeah.
And editing and
Yeah.
posting it.
Yeah.
All right. Closing question is, what's your favorite type of sushi?
What's my favorite type of sushi? It depends on my mood, but I'm gonna say uni
Uni, huh?
or ikura.
Uni or ikura?
Yeah.
Oh, you are like that really oceany flavor. You
Yeah.
like the ocean.
Oh, the briny, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, uni and
Do you have any preferences for what type of uni you like or where are they from?
so specifically like the uni that we have here, like you may actually not even had it because usually can't get it in the restaurants. It's the purple uni that we have purple urchin. It's smaller. It's kind of size like the Japanese uni,
Mm-hmm.
but we have it on our coast.
Mm-hmm.
So the uni itself is much smaller, but it's very sweet, and it's not very salty. It's just like very very nice and sweet. Yeah, you love it though. Yeah, for sure. Like I know you know you tried the Mendocino uni, right?
That one's good. Yeah.
But you probably had the red urchin, which is the bigger one. It's like the Santa Barbara uni. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like the same size as
Mhm,
that, right?
mhm.
Yeah, that's a red urchin,
Mhm.
and that's good too. But the purple urchin is much smaller. It's much more sweet. and
Really?
delicious. Yeah. Next time I'll take you to go get uni.
Let's do the fishing next time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so you're saying you prefer uni locally?
Yeah. Yeah. This
Over,
is like
over
some of the
Hokkaido?
yeah.
Japan?
This is this local uni that this is some of the it's the best, dude. It's really like some of the best uni you can get. The flavors are different, like the Hokkaido uni and like the other parts of Japan. Like you can tell there's different flavors profiles, and but I'm telling you, this uni it's so sweet. It's like less briny. It's just like has this like yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
And what's like the best way to serve it in your opinion?
I mean, it's the best way is just on sushi rice or on top
On
of
sushi
rice,
rice.
anything.
Just a sushi style.
Just sushi
Yeah.
style. That's the best way. But
Right.
you know, I get a ton, so I can do all kinds of different things with it.
Uh-huh.
And what's really tasty is like smoked uni. You ever try to smoke it?
Smoked uni?
Yeah.
You just
next
smoked
time,
the uni?
yeah. Next time you have a little extra uni, try smoking it. Like you can do like you do like sawara and like do
Right.
a little bit of smoke.
Right.
Like try like that, like a quick smoke, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, just to like a cold smoke kind of thing. And
Interesting. Any smoke?
any smoke, yeah,
Really?
any smoke, yeah. And
So it's just kind of halfway, 20% cooked, or
Yeah.
not even that.
yeah,
right?
maybe probably not even that, or about 20% is okay. Yeah. Usually I do it in the shell, but even if you don't have the shell, just try to just smoke some, and it adds a whole
Interesting.
new
I would try that in my restaurant.
has a whole new layer,
Uh-huh.
and even people that don't like uni, like Jocelyn doesn't really like uni,
Uh-huh.
but then she'll eat that. That's tasty,
It probably removes that oceaniness,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
smoke.
yeah. Definitely adds more. Adds another layer.
Uh-huh.
It's just really good. Yeah, try it. Yeah. I've kind of actually I learned that from some New Zealand guys. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they
Wow.
smoke uni. They're like, oh, all right, I'll try it.
I don't think
I was like,
I
"Dang,
know anyone that does that, even at
nobody does it."
restaurants.
Yeah, nobody does it in restaurant. Yeah,
Okay.
so you could try it.
Yeah. I don't. Then I shouldn't be posting this.
It's a secret one, but no,
Secret.
it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm telling you.
All right. I think I covered all the questions I had. This was great.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for being open to see. This is like part of it, right? He said, you gotta get out there and try it, right?
Yeah.
He's risking. I mean, this is like the very first episode of my
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
I've never done a podcast, but he's willing to take a risk to be like a first guest.
No, you did a great job for your first podcast.
All right.
You're a natural.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are gonna want to do more podcasts with you because you're gonna be serving them sushi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like you like I'll give you some sushi if you come on my podcast.
Right. But yeah, follow if you haven't followed him yet. Outdoor Chef Life, all across platforms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube. You don't have TikTok, but everything else, I think you have Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram,
Snapchat, and buy his book right here.
Coastal Harvest.
Coastal Harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Thanks for
having me.
Thanks for being a guest today.
Yeah,
It's
anytime.
great.
Anytime.
It's great, man. Taku.
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
We did it.
Did it.
Cut.